Well, hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your general reading for August, the first half of August. I hope you're doing amazing. Hello, I'm Amber if you're new or returning. Thank you for being here. Do remember this is a general reading. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Check your moon, rising, or Venus, Aquarius. If you need a personal reading, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Links in the description box below, or you can go to that website right up there. I'm also on social media and Patreon, so check out the social media. I dropped all the cards. Check out your social media. There, I'm doing a giveaway every month this year, so it's super easy to win, super easy to enter, so go ahead and check that out. Also, you'll find pick-a-cards there, weekly readings, snippets of readings that will be on Patreon. So Patreon has entire transit readings and the entire extendeds of readings, and you can get all these generals 2 weeks early. Okay, so your cards that we have, Aquarius, are Clarity, Idyllic Times, Portal, Professional Assistance, Creative Endeavor, and Taking Steps. We're going to use the Anna K Tarot. Okay, let's see what messages I see so far. So I feel like you're taking steps in the first half of August to resolve some sort of conflict. And this is like really getting into it. This is not just, okay, I'll deal with it and we'll pretend like nothing is happening. This is like really diving into this situation. And I feel like it is going to make some sort of difference, okay? I do feel like this is leading into some really good times with a person that you're conflicting with or having issues with, or your partner. And it's going to definitely move things forward. So this is it's like a hard decision or a hard move ends in some really good energy, okay? Also, I feel spiritually, the reason why you're able to handle this conflict without getting upset, because I feel like that's what's happening here, is because you've reached some sort of spiritual awakening, or like a portal for that. So you're about to go through something spiritually that's really going to change how you reflect on things or how you reflect on yourself. Wow, this is a lot of energy in one half of the month. Okay, Aquarius, let's dive on in. 6 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Rods, King of Rods, 6 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Rods, the Fool, and the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, you have the 4 of Swords and the Hierophant. Ooh, this is definitely energy of leaving old ideas behind, right? Old situations, old feelings, things that have become kind of grounded in what it is you do. You're definitely putting those to a rest, you know? It's like, you know, you're giving it you've given it its time to kind of heal on its own, and now it's like it's really going to be healed. Like, this is really getting into the nitty-gritty. Okay, so major arcanas on the table. Just the Fool. Just the Fool. You definitely are getting a new perspective here, Aquarius, and it's going to go far for you. You know, this is that new perspective. You know, this is what you were waiting on. It definitely is. And it's pushing you forward. There's some new momentum. It's just up to you to keep it up, you know? It's just up to you to jump into this energy that's being provided to you. This is spirit energy down here for sure. You just have to keep it up. You just have to stay positive. You just have to walk the path, okay? So, it looks as though, Aquarius, that you have been giving to something. You've definitely been trying to balance things out. Some of you have been trying to balance out, you know, like homework and real work. you know, like your career and your job, your husband and your family, your mother and father and your family, whatever that is, okay? I feel like it's been taking a lot of your energy as well to do that, but you feel like you're the key. I feel like you think this is the key to resolving things. You know, it's like you feel like everyone is relying on you type of energy. Or honestly, it could be that someone has given you something, a job, a responsibility, and you are really focused on trying to make it work. You don't want to let someone down as well. It could be that you just don't want to let your family down. You don't want to let your job down after someone gave you some sort of opportunity. And you're starting to see if this is a job that they offered you this. This is a blessing. You shouldn't look at this as a burden. You know, who else has this type of opportunity? That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from it. So yeah, I feel like it does mess with your ego a little bit. Just a little bit, when you can't do something, or when something is hard, or maybe when someone doesn't see your passion or where you want things to go, is what I'm feeling. But I do feel like you do end up meeting the goal. Like you do end up resolving it. You do end up doing that. You do. I feel like you're taking the steps to deal with something. You know, you've been trying to balance something out, and this is like the new focus is now, instead of giving the energy back and forth between two people, if this is a relationship issue, you are really like focusing on what that issue is and dealing with it. That's definitely what I see here at the beginning of August. So I feel like this is a really good direction. You're down for where this is going. It's almost like, Aquarius, you finally taken control of this situation and you become like the authority. So if there's any questions, if there are at work, if there are any questions, people come to you. If this is a relationship situation, your partner is relying on your advice or you to direct things, is what I'm seeing. Okay? I feel like whoever it is that you're working for or dealing with is just happy that you're there. Let's be real. They're just happy that you're there. They're happy that you're around. They're happy that everything is on good terms. I almost feel like you think we're almost back to normal. Okay? Yeah, your main focus is holding on to this, but do not hold on to things too tightly, okay? They're telling me to have you remember what it was like in the past when you tried to do that. It didn't work out, right? You were just passing the issue back and forth between the two and not really resolving it. And the key here is to finally get it resolved so things can go back to normal. So that's just a bit of a warning. Since you have this new umph, this new energy, and you're actually moving forward, they just want you to do it in the best way so you can keep it up. Yeah, this is a sense of spiritual enlightenment. You know, you finally decided to let things go. I feel like you're not being egotistical about the choices that you're choosing. You know, the King of Rods is diplomatic. You know, he's a king. He thinks about everyone in the kingdom, right? As long as what is happening is moving forward and things are going well, he's okay. And that's what I see here. Like, he does have his own motivations, of course, but he's also doing it for everyone, or with everyone in mind. Not as much as, you know, the Queen of Cups. But I feel like because you're doing that, you're getting a higher perspective. And this is a new way of doing things, a new way of moving forward, a new way of action. And you're starting to see the results. And you're super excited about it with the Fool card. You know, you're just in a really good energy when things start to shift the way that they should. And just keep everything together. Don't get so stuck, though. Don't get stuck. Because I feel like with this role here is very interesting because it feels very much like a warning to me. Because if you notice, this side seems bright, right? Because these cards are lighting it up. But to me, this side seems dark. I don't know why. But you have to remember the past and how things were, you know, as a reminder of where you don't want to go. You know, when you were trying to keep yourself protected and just push forward in what it is that you wanted specifically, you weren't getting anywhere. That's what I'm saying to you right now. Is that you weren't getting anywhere. You were just holding on too tightly to this one idea and nothing was happening. You know, if you held on to that energy, that's what you're going to get. But as soon as you lightened up that energy, you got something different. Just saying. That's your lesson, okay? Okay, let's clarify, Aquarius. Yeah, you were frustrated in the way things were going. But you were making the decisions that you had to make. It could be that you were dealing with somebody that was immovable or wouldn't see your way. Or maybe you just didn't know how to communicate with each other, right? So I feel like you had to make decisions in order to move forward. Sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't. But you went with the one that was working the best at the time, okay? So you decided that whatever this is worth the investment, is worth the time, okay? You know, this is something that you want to preserve, not only for yourself, but for all the other parties involved, but more for yourself, let's be real. But you did see that things were out of balance, okay? I feel like when you looked at why things were out of balance, you realized that you were playing a role in this. Not that it was your fault. Not that it was your fault, Aquarius. That you were playing a role in it, you know? And so you had to switch up your role or change your role, you know, if this was a play. Think about it that way. So even though you were doing this out of love and care with the Queen of Cups, okay, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. It wasn't giving you what you wanted. And that was the key. That's the key, is to figure out what that imbalance was. And I feel like it was the way that you were doing things. Interesting. Let me specify. So I feel like it was the way that you were going about things. You were coming from a good place, but I feel like whoever's on the other end of this wasn't receiving it in that way. So this may be the form of a long conversation, but you were a little bit more open than normal, you know, about what you want, because you realize that there has to be some sort of balance. You can go back and forth, you can have arguments, whatever, but is it going to resolve the issue? Probably not. So that's where you are a little bit more open at this point and trying to see both sides, I want to say. Okay? So then, the King of Rods. Yeah, after a long time of just dealing with a situation, hoping that it would kind of resolve itself, or this is the way it will always be, you took some sort of action, and that action worked. And I feel like you're pushing through. Like, this is the new status quo, and this is what you're gonna do. You feel good. You feel like you're getting back to normal. Yeah, absolutely. Where things were imbalanced, now there's a new focus, and you can put your guard down. I feel like you feel safe enough to do that, because whoever it is you're dealing with is like, that's a wonderful idea, you know? So I feel like they're okay with it. I'm going to pull one more card. Oh, yeah. They're okay with it. They're okay with it. They see building a really good future. So we're good. Ooh, yeah. When you pay attention to the turn of events, which is what I was telling you earlier, when you paid attention to how things were working and how things were being received, you had to realize that there was another way. You had to make more of an investment than you wanted to make. See, you had to be the one. You had to be the one to come in knight in shining armor and fix this thing. And because of that, you got this new beginning. The rekindlement in love. Okay? A new love for your job. New love for your spouse, a new love for your boyfriend, a new love for an old partner, whatever that is for you. So, I feel like what it is that you were waiting on has come in. You had to go through a death of ego. You had to go through a death of feeling like pessimism. You had to go through a death of pessimism, okay? Because it was weighing you down. And now that that's lifted, you're able to move forward. You feel freer. Look at that. Happy as can be. Happy as can be, okay? What's interesting about this is it didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. It's like you had to let it fall. You were trying to not let things fall, but eventually you just had to throw your hands up, let everything fall to the ground, pick it up, shuffle it again. You know, that's what eventually you had to do. Yeah, it's like it happened so fast, but it was a good thing. It's like it's a really good thing that it happened. You went with the flow, and that was the best thing you could have done. See? It's like you allowed the changes to happen, and it brought in this new beginning. Oh, come on, Aquarius. I love this. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. You're definitely not trapped by the old issues anymore. That is gone. You don't have to deal with kind of being happy, kind of not being happy in a situation, because you are going to be happy. The point is to be consistent. See? Put your energy into it, your power, your will, your drive. It's going to happen. It's happening. Not going to happen. It's happening. So let's pull 2 oracle cards for you. Oh, fear is the first card. You have a fear of things falling apart and not being able to get it back together. You know, you have a fear of letting go. You know, you have a fear of doing whatever this thing is that you have to do. It could be different things. But yeah, testing your resolve to live in the energy of love. And sometimes love requires you to have a ego sacrifice, a small one, you know, just to get through something. And then humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. See? So after this is done, you're going to be great. That's what I feel, Aquarius. Oh my God. I just feel like you're going to be great after this. Okay? So I love you. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.